Hi everyone. I've got two lists on review for you today, and this first one is from Gus. And I'm sorry, Gus, you've had to wait like 2 months. Sorry, there's a lot of things going on in my life that doesn't involve looking at people's lists, but I write everyone's names down. As soon as you email me your list, I'll write your name down. I'll get to you at some point. So it may be a little while before I do, but I will get to everyone at some point. So let's go and view what Gus is doing. And he actually brought this list to a small, very non-competitive, very thematic tournament. And it's 1,175 points. Isn't that wonderful? Love it. So 14 order dice, Germany. Armies of Germany, V3 rifle platoon here. So we've got a platoon commander, regular, with a rifle. I would perhaps save the points here, just because, a single man with a rifle is not going to do much anyway, even if he's regular. He's not going to be very survivable. He's not going to, go out and shoot stuff. So I would save the points. Just give him a pistol, make him inexperienced. If you want to optimize, you may not want to. And then Panzer Grenadiers, love these guys. Like, look at that. Mechanized infantry. There's 3 assault rifles. There's an LMG. Do I think the LMG is needed? No, I don't think so. This unit is actually even better if it's in a Hanomag with a couple of extra guys and SMGs as well. But, it is pretty good. And it's a lot of shots coming out of very few infantry models. So it's 7 dudes. And you've got, that is 5 shots for the LMG. You got 3 rifles on top of that. That's 8, and then you got 6 more shots. So that's 14 shots coming out of the assault rifles in total. Hair Grenadier with LMG and a single assault 2 assault rifles. Again with mix here. I'm not a huge fan of mixing, but looks very cool, very thematic. Hair Grenadier with double assault rifles. So these can double up as backline holders. They don't need to do that. The Hanomag is there to transport some of these units up. I would consider running like one of the units and then an officer in the Hanomag, because that will mean you can snap to the Hanomag and then snap to the unit and, destroy something. And then an armored platoon, a 222. I'm seeing these more and more. They are very good. They also were in version 2. A Panzer 3, that is darker Panzer with the double coaxial machine guns. Panzer 2 looks, love the looks. Oh, it's so good. Fast and wrecky. Nice. And a Stug 3. Finally, we have a heavy weapons platoon with medium machine gun, medium mortar, anti-tank rifle. Good little combined arms unit here. Stick these close together and have the officer close by. They'll work a treat. They can deal with most problems because they've got 3 different optimized versions of what they can do. Love it. Very nice list, very nice list. And 14 order dice at 1,173 points maybe is a little low, and you could optimize. As I've said, there's little bits and bobs you could sort of optimize. The Stug, I like that as an inclusion here. It's not massively deadly, but it is fairly cheap for a 9+ vehicle. The second one is from Damien, and I think it's here. Yeah, that's it. So Damien wrote to me and sent me his list, and it's 1250 lists, 15 order dice, Finns. Nice. So we're going to see a non-Komsomlet, because this is post the Komsomlet nerf, right? So we have a captured light tank. So that is the T-28. Absolutely the best tank to go with for the Finns if you are prepared to suffer the unreliable. If you're not prepared to suffer the unreliable, there are other good choices. But if you are, then this is the one to take, right? Then we have the T-26B light tanks. These are not unreliable, but they have a light AT gun, and this is one of the other choices I've talked about. And if you want to run a light tank, because it's very, very cheap for a close-topped tank. It's a tank, right? You can tank assault with it if you want to. It's got a light AT gun. It's only 7+, but you know, it's tracked. It can do stuff. So it's fairly cheap for what it does. So I like this little setup here of vehicles. Then we have a rifle platoon with a platoon commander, extra man, regular. We've got infantry squads set up here. We have one regular so that when you lose half the guys, they turn veteran, which is nice. They are 9-man unit, which is not optimized. You ideally want to run even numbers for Finns, because as soon as you hit that 50% mark, you upgrade to veteran or super veteran. So you don't want to lose more than 50%. Like mathematically, you don't want to do that. So ideally, I think I would cut one dude from this unit here, but having a Panzerfaust in that unit is very, very nice. The recons, the sissies here, as they were called in version 2, also very nice. Master of the Hunt, Panzerfaust on those, which is what they wanted to have for version 2. It is a very, very expensive unit you have here, and it's 10 man. I would cut this down to 8, simply because you're not taking them to have them upgrade to veteran. They're already veteran. Like, you could upgrade to super veteran with 11 morale, but doesn't matter, not that much. So what ideally you want is a unit that can do what you want it to do, but that doesn't cost too much, and this is overcosted, right? 170 points, and you have 2 of these. That's too many points sunk into these 2 units for me. So I would go down to 8 and see if they still work, which they will, because these are Finns. They're very, very good infantry. And another rifle squad regular. They will upgrade. Again, ideally, I would want these to be even numbers. A sniper team for the Finns regular. I'm not a fan of snipers anymore. I've said this multiple times. I think they basically suck now. But with the Finns, I think you more or less have to take one, because Master of the Hunt is just a very good little special rule. So, but I would never go veteran now with a Finnish sniper, and I would, most of the time, I would give him an ambush order, because having him shoot is very dangerous, because whatever comes next will kill him. So, yeah. The AT rifle, though, very good, also with the Finns. An artillery platoon with double howitzer and a medium AT gun. Oh, that's a big gun. I think I would cut this in 2 and just take 2 AA guns instead. They're 35 points apiece, so perfectly 70 points. We'll give you 1 more order dice, and you could cut down multiple lanes. Yes, you wouldn't get that medium AT gun hitting on a 3+, but most of the time, depending on your tables and your terrain density, you're not going to get that anyway. Right. That was it. That was the 2 lists from me today. I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.